Tikhonov with that bouncing volley that deceived absolutely everybody, including the keeper Oliver Kahn, who I don't think will be very happy by the part he played in this opening goal. As it curls in, Pisarev it is who gets up there with Kahn. He flaps at it, and the volley goes down, up, over and in.
Goal in 7 games. Then the proverbial lights went out, a dark hailstorm proving too much for Rovers, but Rutherford made the most of it, finding the byline, and Mooney, who finished delightfully. Eight minutes from time, O'Neill's goal kick only found Arkins, and he wrapped up the game with his 9th league goal. Shelbourne's 7th win on the trot. They're very much title contenders now. Bishopstown saw its first action in 2 months as Cork returned home and put a major dent in Sligo's title aspirations. A goal in each half by the deadly duo as Daly's free kick found Caulfield, and a brilliant first touch made the volley look easy. That's his 19th goal and set Cork on their way to a first league win since the 8th of January. The icing on the cake for City in the second half, O'Donoghue's thunderbolt that McLean couldn't touch, and Morley was following up like any good striker does to double Cork's advantage and give Sligo their 2nd setback in a week. Final score at Bishopstown, Cork City 2, Sligo Rovers 0.
Well, after that 3-0 defeat on Friday, Shamrock Rovers needed to win today to keep their championship hopes alive. But it didn't start too well for them today at the RDS, with fellow contenders Dundalk taking the lead through McDoohan after just 10 minutes of the match. Joe Hanrahan doing well to pull the ball back to McDoohan, who beat O'Neill at his near post. 9 minutes into the second half, Rovers were back in the game. Terry Evanston won a free just outside the area. O'Dowd waited for the runners and picked out Paul Whelan. His glancing header made it 1-1. O'Dowd making the most of the dead ball situation, and Whelan's determined run to the near post being rewarded with the equaliser. 6 minutes from time, Shamrock Rovers secured the win. Carl Gannon and Derek Tracy linked up well to create the chance, and Owen Mullen provided the finish. Tracy's cross was perfectly measured, but Dundalk manager Dermot Keeley would have expected stronger resistance from his defenders as Mullen headed home unchallenged. There was almost a sensational start to this afternoon's match between Derry and Bohs at the Brandywell, but Dermot O'Neill reacted brilliantly to Tony Cousins' shot after just 40 seconds of the game. But the visitors didn't miss the next time round. Tony Cousins eluding all challenges and coolly slotting the ball home to put Bohemians 1-up. Derry City's reply was instant. Mick Moody was booked for that challenge on Liam Coyle. And from the resulting free kick, Paul Carlisle picked out Harry McCourt, who headed home the equaliser. David Tilson had a goal disallowed in the second half, the linesman spotting a Bohemians player offside. 1-1 it finished at the Brandywell. At the showground, Sligo Rovers got back to winning ways against Monaghan United, whose poor defending contributed to the first goal, which was claimed by Mark Reid. Goal number 2 was very much a solo effort. Porrick Moran collected the ball just over halfway, and he finished his determined run with a shot low to the corner. 2-0 to Sligo Rovers. Shelbourne's title challenge has come late, but they're right in contention now. Vinnie Arkin scored a cracker after 15 minutes. But Galway equalised 6 minutes before half-time. 5 players involved in the build-up started by Mark Herrick. Fergal O'Neill provided the cross, Billy Cleary the initial challenge, and Ricky O'Flaherty was there to finish an excellent move. Mark Rutherford has been hitting peak form of late, and his cross led to Shell's winner. Arkins knocked the ball down, and Stephen Gagan was there to poach the goal. 2-1 to Shelbourne.
Right. OK, well now...
It's attracting a fine home crowd to Dalymount Park. And the first real chance of the game falling to the home side. It's Peter Hanrahan on the break. Good, strong, incisive run by Hanrahan, the Limerick man. And going for the far post, just missing out. David Tilson, number 11. Little bit of cross in there. That's Derek Swan, number 3. And O'Neill handles it comfortably. The managers, Felix Healy and Turlough O'Connor, are having words. David Tilson, floored by Vodacon, right under the nose of referee Pat Kelly. Yellow card. Referee Pat Kelly restores fragile peace between the managers, who are certainly not singing in harmony at the moment. Derek Swan with the free kick, hooking it too much, the wrong side of the wall. A lot of good football in the game. That's Tony Cousins threading one through. Swan on his own, looking for the shooting chance. Hit it hard, all right, but O'Neill was well positioned. Carlisle setting it up. Paul McLaughlin. Paul Kinnard. Good crosser of the ball. Hutton's made a run. The header from Peter Hutton. Into the second half now. Bowes trying to get something going. Played some very good football. Number 10 there is Tony Cousins. This is Tony O'Connor, who had a smashing game. Tilson on the outside there, faced by Vodacon. Derek Swan at the back post. And just over the angle. Terrific move. Derek Swan involved in so much. The cross was superb. And the header wasn't bad either. Bowes really bringing the fight to them. This is Paul Doolan. Looking for the through ball. Looking for Harry McCourt. He's got the right side of Driscoll, but he can't supply the finish. Came to them from Ards. He's done well, though, for Derry. Tony O'Connor, involved in so much of Bowes' best play. Drawn the right back. It's O'Connor again. And Vodacon turning it behind for the corner kick. Tilson's corner. Again, dangerously swinging in. Peter Hanrahan's head on it. Very good jump by Hanrahan. Brilliant save by O'Neill. Well worth another look. Terrific leap by Peter Hanrahan, but how about the goalkeeping? And still more Bowes attacks. Connor. Swan getting in. That just got a clip off a Derry boot. Paul McLaughlin, the left back, was over covering on the right hand side. Now Derry's turn to show their paces. No better player than Liam Coyle to do so. Lovely play by Coyle, sets it up. McCourt's in with the jump, and Hutton just can't make contact. I think he thought the flight of the ball would be a little lower, which is why he dived at it. Maybe if it had stayed on his feet and dived the other way. And Derry come again, looking for something. Coyle and McCourt. McCourt pulls away from the marker. But capably dealt with by Dave Henderson. There's the one more chance of the game. It's Tilson with Markey. Markey the sub in the second half. Vodacon pushes him away, shows him his side, and O'Neill does the rest. But a lovely move, and Brendan Markey was very smart in it. But again, Dermot O'Neill outstanding. That was the last chance of the game. A very good game without goals. Bohemians 0, Derry City 0. The managers are mates again. But Tuesday night, they'll meet in replay.
So maybe no goals at Dalymount last night, but enough chances to suggest that the replay at the Brandywell on high-riding Sligo. Now, they meet tomorrow afternoon in the showgrounds. The kick-off time there is at 2:30, and both sides with recent cup successes behind them, so well used to the tension that a semi-final might bring. Well, it's been a busy week for Sligo. 2 quarter-final ties against Shamrock Rovers successfully negotiated, but now they'll have to lift themselves once more against a Shelbourne side who haven't played for a week. But if they can produce the form that they showed last Wednesday against Shamrock Rovers, well, they have to have a chance.
It was all decided in the first 6 minutes of the second half. Goal number 1, penalty, handball. Referee had no doubt. The Rovers players had. But Dennis McCarl was adamant it was going to be on the spot. Here it is again, Will Hasty's free kick. No doubt about the hand. And no doubt about the finish either from Eddie Anand. But the second goal was real controversy. Reid and Curtis in the challenge. Curtis went down, Mullen put in the challenge, and the whistle had gone. Rovers can't believe it. Can you? Watch it again. Mark Reid is the Sligo player. Mullen, the challenging player. Referee Dennis McCarl. Penalty taker Eddie Anand. 2 goals to 0.
I think the better team over the 2 games won it, although it was on 2.
One IFK squad will include 7 players from the Swedish side that made it to the semi-finals of this year's World Cup in the US. Now, one man who was understood to have already got his ticket for that game is Manchester United manager Alex Ferguson. His side play Gothenburg in just over a fortnight's time in what may well turn out to be the Group A decider in the European Champions League. Well, now, another attractive fixture for you to get along to next week will be that between Cork City and Leeds United on Monday night. Now, the game, to mark the official switching on of the new floodlights at Bishopstown, kicks off at 7:30. And that's Cork City against Leeds on Monday night. And 3 of the players who were named in the Bord Gáis National League selection to take on IFK Gothenburg next Tuesday were on view last night at Dalymount Park, when Bohemians met Shamrock Rovers in the National League to see who would go top of the Premier Division. George Hamilton has this report.
Friday night football hasn't been Rovers' forte, defeated at Athlone, a draw at Cork, but here they were on their way to a stunning victory in the Dublin derby. As early as the 8th minute, Gareth Kelly with the cross, Dave Henderson forced to stretch, and when it came back, there was Carl Gannon forcing it home in off Peter Hanrahan. Gannon scoring his 7th of the season to go top of Rovers' scoring charts, but it's his first in a month, and there was a little bit of assistance from the last Bows man back. 25 minutes. Here go Rovers again. McGrath, Tracy. Back to Derek McGrath. 2-0. You'd wonder really about the goalkeeper here, but perhaps he was unsighted. The replay would suggest such. Anyway, Rovers 2-0 up by the break. 9 minutes into the second half, Moody fouled McGrath. Derek McGrath's free kick. And a glancing header from Paul Whelan, making it 3. The former Bohemians captain scored his first for Rovers last Sunday against Bows, and now he's done it again. Are they sorry he left? 67th minute, and a consolation for Bohemians. Jim Crawford the instigator here. Paul Kinnaird seemed to have a great deal of time, and when the cross came in, there was a marvellous glancing header to finish it off. Oops. Owen Mullen, own goal. Perhaps the presence of Tony Cousins made life awkward for him. Whatever it was Bohemians 1, Rovers 3. And they could have been on the way back. Carl Gannon dispossessed, and Bohemians with the opportunity to set something up. Hanrahan, O'Driscoll, and Tom Lawless. Oops again. Rovers swift to counter. Stunning through ball from Martin Buckley. And John Brennan, thank you very much, at the second attempt. 4-1. This wasn't Bows night, was it? That came with 21 minutes remaining, despite Henderson's best efforts. A reverse that Bows would rather not have had. Still, there was time for a late consolation. 10 minutes to go. Hoisted into the box. O'Neill with the fist. But Hanrahan with the left foot, sweet as you like,